Hi, friends. Welcome to my home in Belgium. I'm going to play you a song that's called Love that I wrote with an asylum seeker from Afghanistan. So it begins in Dari. The chorus is in Dari. Ish chatur zindagi kar ranast, ish chizist kato anjamidi, toy akav kobi mikoni, why shish namin ast. Love, but it's how you live. Love is what you do. You do something good, and that is love too. Ish chatur zindagi karanast, ish chizist kato anjamidi. Toyaka kobi mikoni, why shish namin ast. Life is much too short. We have to carry on. The only ship there is the one we are all on. Ish chatur zindagi karanast, ish chizist kato anjamidi, toyaka kobi mikoni, why shish namin ast. And that is love too. Love. This is a time when I can just sense the fear and the stress around me, during this time of lockdown. And I don't know if you can feel it. Where we are, at least, we're allowed to go outside. We can go for walks, and we need to keep a safe social distance, and of course, to go to do essential things like go to the grocery store, etc. But I can just sense like a lot of people around me. There are people in the forest I don't recognize with masks, and even people I do. I don't know, the people who have the masks on seem to be the ones that are. I don't know if it's because they're sick or they're just afraid of getting sick, because there's so much information out there that is changing, but they like do not make eye contact. They don't respond to a friendly hello. They get stressed really easily if your dog goes near theirs, or like if I'm out and my dog, we passed this guy on the sidewalk the other day. He had a mask on, and my dog turned around to smell the guy's grocery bags. Like, of course, he's a dog, right? And the guy flipped out, and I was like listening to a book on audio, so I was just like, oh, I'll just get my dog to come with me. The guy was like freaking out. Anyway, so I'm trying to practice patience and understanding, with people who, I mean, myself included sometimes. Like, I have a threshold, and when I'm really under a lot of stress, that threshold is lowered. I get triggered much more easily. Today, I felt super triggered because there's a woman who was our neighbor a couple doors down, and she passed away really suddenly a couple years ago. She had had health problems, but then she was doing really well, and then suddenly she passed away, and her house has just been mostly empty, except for one time her brother came and like yelled at our other neighbor about like not blocking the back alley behind the house or something. So I think it's now this brother who has come and decided that this is the time to empty her house for whatever reason. I don't know. But the way that he's doing it is not, at least in my opinion, coming from a place of love. I've basically listened all day to this guy and to workers that he has hired to haul out all of her furniture, like, so all of her belongings, and just rip it apart and put it onto like a flatbed truck to take away. They've used like hammers to rip it apart, just bang it. They've been using like a chainsaw, and I can just hear this all day. And I'm a sensitive person, so noises already get to me, but I have like a really deep connection with my stuff, and it's not like a shallow thing. I mean, I move a lot, And so my stuff tells a story of where I've been, of who I've met, of what I've experienced, and whether or not, like I just think about this woman, like living with all these things, and now someone is just taking her life and not um, like disposing of it with care. I mean, yeah, she's not alive anymore, but I just like imagine her kind of like watching and feeling pain, um, that her belongings are just being treated so carelessly and without love. So I was thinking about that, thinking about what songs to play today, and I was reminded of this song that I heard. She's a French woman, Flassie Malaviai. I'm sure I'm not saying her name correctly, but she lives in England, and she came and performed at this really cool um, venue that used to be called the Brussels Folk Club. So I used to play floor spots, like locals, like amateur musicians were invited to perform, and then there'd be the paid performer, and she was one of them. And she played this song that was written by an artist, a songwriter, in in the community in England where she lives, and he wrote this song called "Tin Soldier" for the sculpture that was was created by an artist, in the community to commemorate the signing of the armistice in World War One. And the sculpture had been called 1101, and then but the people in the community called it Tommy, and people take selfies with Tommy. And it was only supposed to be there temporarily, and then people just so fell in love with it they raised money to have it like completely just put into place in a permanent way. And so you can Google Tin Soldier, Siam Harbor. Siam is spelled Seaham. The artist is named Ray Lonsdale, and I think the sculpture was made in 2014. And so, I mean, okay, my neighbor, was not in the First World War, but the way that this folk musician described the soldier is that he's like looking away from the sea, almost like he doesn't know that the war's over. It's like he's still in it. And I just think about my neighbor. She lost her battle with life, and now it's like her whole life is being kind of destroyed, kind of without her permission. I don't know. Anyway, it just made me think of this song, so I'm going to play it for you. Oh, maybe I should tune my ukulele. I'm like a little out of sorts because I just feel distress every time I hear like hammering and hauling of things, and I just like, and to imagine like that her sibling is doing this, it's just like, it just really hits me, Tin soldier, you sit there with your back towards the sea. You've had enough of war and now want peace. Tin soldier, the sadness in your eyes, it tears the soul. You seem to bear the pain for all the world. Tin soldier, for 4 long years you watched your comrades fall. Did you regret to answering the call? Tin soldier, what goes on inside that head of yours? This was to be the war to end all wars. And oh, you sit there on your own, weary one and resting all alone. And how you stare down at the ground. You never notice people walking round. Tin soldier, you sit so proud in tin hat and with gun. I bet you didn't know this war's been won. Tin soldier sits beneath the rain, the sun, the clouds. Your being here is making us feel proud. And oh, on your own. Weary, worn, and rusting all alone. And how you stare down at the ground. You never notice people walking round. Tin soldier, it's time for you to turn and walk away. It's not over now, but never goes away. Tin soldier, you've won the hearts and minds of all who feel. You may be made of tin, but you're so real. So that is Tin Soldier. And yeah, I just wanted to play it to let my neighbor know that, even though she's not with us, in living spirit, that I'm still thinking about her and I'm holding a space for her while her belongings get destroyed by a family member and strangers. Atticus is also holding space. So kind of an intense song, but it's like, I don't know. So it's not just stuff that I have an attachment to. It's like, it's places, it's people, it's their stories, and all the people that I've met, whether it's through, oral histories or, or in person, I feel like I just want to sing their songs to keep their spirits alive, wherever they are. And so that's what I'm doing. I've been playing these concerts every day since March 18th. I'm coming up to the 30-day marker, and then I'm going to do something creative still, but something different. So stay tuned. Hi, Sarah and family. It's so nice to see you. So I started with a migration song, and then I played a song by an artist in the UK that I was introduced to by another artist in the UK, but who's from France originally. It's really great. I'm going to play a couple other songs. I've been working on a couple other tunes today, just thinking about kind of like the state of the earth and how things are changing. So the earth has had a respite from all of us traveling around all the time and buying things and selling things. And I was reading that there's like blue sky over cities in India that typically have tons and tons of pollution, which is really hopeful. It's also really like there's many sides to any story, and certainly it's also really a scary time because so many people are dependent on this economy that on the one hand is ruining our planet, but also allows people to support their families. And what do you do? This is a time where like we're kind of forced to take a moment to step back and reevaluate. And there was a song that was written by Natalie Merchant that kind of makes me think about just, our connection with the earth and, and with what matters. It's called Motherland. Maybe you've heard it. I was actually introduced to it by two artists who call themselves the Lasses. They're from the Netherlands, and they play a lot of music from, kind of Celtic origin. And they're wonderful artists. Where in hell can you go? Far from the things that you know. Far from the sprawl of concrete that keeps crawling its way. 1,000 miles a day. take one last look behind. Commit this to memory and mind. Don't miss this wasteland, this terrible place when you leave. Keep your heart on your sleeve, motherland. Cradle me, close my eyes, lullaby me to sleep. Keep me safe and lie with me. Stay beside me, don't go. My five and dime queen, tell me, what have you seen? The lust and the avarice, the bottomless, cavernous greed. Is that what you need, motherland? Cradle me, close my eyes, lullaby me to sleep. Keep me safe and lie with me. Stay beside me, don't go. It's your happiness I want most of all. And for that I'll do anything at all. If you want the best of life and the most of love, if there's anything that I can do at all, so come on, shotgun bride. What makes me envy your life? Faceless, the nameless, the innocent and blameless and free. What's it like to be motherland? Cradle me, close my eyes, lullaby me to sleep. Keep me safe and lie with me. Stay beside me, don't go. Don't go. So another kind of intense one. That was Motherlands by Natalie Merchant. Oh, my dad says hello from Trader Joe's. Be careful, Dad. But also, how lucky you get to go to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is one of my husband and my favorite grocery stores in the US. And so, yes, we live in Belgium, the land of chocolate. But when someone from the US, typically one of my parents, comes to visit, we ask them to bring us dark chocolate covered pretzels and dark chocolate and sea salt covered almonds because they're so good. And we've done tastings with Belgian friends who agree they're really good. So anyway, I guess playing just a mix of melancholy and also hopeful songs today. I can still hear my neighbors' furniture and belongings being ripped apart. I feel it so viscerally. If you're not a highly sensitive person, I want to say that you're lucky. It's kind of like a mix. I don't know. I mean, it's like, we are who we are, and how can we possibly know what it's like to really be anyone else? But it's challenging going through the world as a sensitive person. I feel everything really acutely. And I also just imagine, what it would be like to have that. I mean, I guess I have had the experience of my belongings being treated with carelessness. I've had people break into my car and my home and take belongings that were really precious to me and that really had no value to them. Like we had a renter when we lived in Arizona who took a trunk full of all of the photos from my entire life that I'd had from all my childhood, from my adulthood, and then just took them. There's really no reason other than carelessness and to do something like that that's hurtful to another being. So in this time of lockdown, I think it's especially important, to, not just think about ourselves, but but certainly to practice self-care, but also just think about like other people. And if someone's behaving in a way that's careless, chances are they are really overwhelmed and stressed out. One of my friends posted on Facebook about a person at the grocery store is having like a total nasty meltdown with the checkout person, and I want to guess that that person was not at their best because they were really struggling. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and who knows? I want to give my neighbor's brother the benefit of the doubt for destroying her belongings, but I'm having a hard time. Anyway, I don't know why. Like, I'm just really like it's really like hit me in a sensitive place today to kind of witness that going on all day. So I'm going to play a song that is it's kind of intense, but it's also about this idea of being united. It's called Soyons Unis. And I wrote it together with my co-volunteer Sarah. We volunteer at a refugee center in Brussels together in times when we're not locked down and have to be at home. We write poetry and music with asylum seekers. And so there's one man, I think he may have been from Congo or Cameroon, but anyway, so French speaking, um, and um, and he shared this idea that we should treasure the moments. And the words of the chorus are his words: Soyons unis, be united. Ce n'est que la vie. It's only life. Nous sommes ensemble. We are together. Ici nous arrivons, ici nous partirons. From here we are, here we arrive, and like here, it's from here that we also leave. And so we should be together. We should be united because really we're all the same. Treasure the moment, even if it's small. Smile for everyone. It's the same earth for us all. Life is fleeting. We are all on the same boat. From this earth we arrive, and from this land we go. Soyons unis, ce n'est que la vie. Nous sommes ensemble, together, you and me. Ici nous arrivons, ici nous partirons. Nous sommes ensemble, we must carry on. This is our life, this is our earth, this is our death, and this is our birth. You can't take it with you. You cannot stop the tide. So let's go together on this sometimes stormy ride. Soyons unis, ce n'est que la vie. Nous sommes ensemble, together, you and me. Ici nous arrivons, ici nous partirons. Nous sommes ensemble, we must carry on. Together we laugh, together we cry, together we live, together we die, together we warm, together we freeze, together we're trapped, together we're free, together we laugh, together we cry, together we live, together we die, together we warm, together we're free, together we're trapped, together we're free. Soyons unis, ce n'est que la vie. Nous sommes ensemble, together, you and me. Ici nous arrivons, ici nous partirons. Nous sommes ensemble, we must carry on. We must carry on. We must carry on. Sarah, I am looking forward to going back to the center with you when this is over. Also, we have this huge. I've kind of mentioned that we write all these songs, these migration songs, and we what we do is we put a piece of paper up on a wall, and we tape to the wall, and we invite people to write words and phrases. And at one point, we took like many of these pages. We used to just leave them up, and then they'd be up for a while and probably get thrown away. And then we started saving them, and then so one day we taped as many as we had all together, and we created this like magic carpet of music, which is it's one of the photos in the book that we just published of all these songs. And so I wanted to see if I could find. Here's a photo of us sitting on many of the pages. You can kind of like see one of the staff is an amazing photographer, and he happened to be there that day, and he came and took some photos of us, which is really fun. So we have this book, On the Move, Poems and Songs of Migration, and the back and front covers for one of the versions is this beautiful image that my husband took in Zeeland in the Netherlands with a little robin on the front, looking kind of towards it's like kind of looking towards these like mountainous rocks covered in moss and wondering where to go. And then the back has pigeons and a line from the pigeon song, "We are not so different, you and I." And I believe that that's true. I've been really sad to read. This is kind of like an intense emotional concert. I don't know. I'm just feeling intense emotions today. So when I feel that, I play music that kind of speaks to that emotion. But I've been reading that there's been a rise in domestic violence, which is really just disheartening and makes me sad. And so I wanted to play a song that was written by Suzanne Vega, and it was written to raise awareness about domestic violence. It's called "My Name is Luca," and you can just listen to it and not even necessarily, pay that close attention to the words or realize that this is what it is about. But it's a really beautiful song, so I'm going to play it for you. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. I live upstairs from you. Yes, I think you've seen me before. If you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight, just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. I think it's because I'm clumsy. I try not to talk too loud. Maybe it's because I'm crazy. I try not to act too proud. And they only hit until you cry. And after that you don't ask why. Just don't argue anymore. You just don't argue anymore. You just don't argue anymore. Yes, I think I'm okay. I walked in the door again. If you ask, that's what I'll say. It's not your business anyway. I guess I'd like to be alone, with nothing broken, nothing thrown. Just don't ask me how I am. Just don't ask me how I am. Just don't ask me how I am. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. I live upstairs from you. Yes, I think you've seen me before. If you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight, just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. And they don't hit until you cry. And after that you don't ask why. just don't argue anymore. You just don't argue anymore. You just don't argue anymore. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. So that was by Suzanne Vega. She's written some really beautiful music. I mean, a lot of it is on the melancholy side, which I guess I really like because that just, for some reason, whatever. I mean, I know I'm carrying along some like epigenetic trauma, and most of my relatives were killed in the Holocaust, and I think that we carry painful memories with us. So maybe it's also why I feel like I want to help so many people give voice to their stories, whether they're painful or joyful. I think it's a way to heal, from that trauma, and to create beauty out of suffering, out of joy. So I'm going to end with a song that's one of hope. It's called I Am a Word. I am a word of hope and love. I bring honor to the world. I will push the darkness away. Can I come to your house and stay? I am a word. I am the root of all resistance. I bring light for us to grow. I will push sorrow away. Can I come to your heart and stay? I am a word. I am the life you've left behind, the path that you now follow, the melody of your song, the place you can belong. I am a word of hope and love. I bring honor to the world. I will push the darkness away. Can I come to your house and stay? I am a word. Let us all be words of hope and love, and just like span out that energy all over the world. Thanks so much for being here with me, whether you're here with me now during this live video or you're listening later. I'm really honored to be able to share music with you and share this little moment in this strange dynamic time that is really a shared experience for us all. I mean, it's separate, but it's one where we're united as well. So thanks for listening. Thanks for sending little messages and notes of love in the live chat. That really just makes my spirit soar. And I will be here doing these concerts for a few more days. So I look forward to singing for you tomorrow. Bisous, kisses, hugs from a safe social distance. Namaste, friend.